In this tutorial, we will show you 2 methods to finish your garment with a beautiful double rolled hem. In this tutorial, we are finishing our hem with a 1.2 centimeter or ½ inch seam allowance. However, this method can be adapted for any seam allowance specified in your pattern. Choosing the method for finishing hems will often depend on your fabric. Of course, you can also use a double rolled hem specialty foot, but today we will just be covering methods using a standard sewing foot. However, we've linked a tutorial below. Our first method is best used for fabrics that press easily, such as rayon, linen, cotton, and really any natural fiber fabric. Let's get started. Lay your fabric flat on your work surface with the wrong side facing up. Next, fold the raw edge of the hem in by half your total seam allowance, which in this case is 0.6 centimeters or 1/4 inch, and press. Aim to keep the fold as even as possible as you press. When pressing curves, use the bias stretch to help turn the fabric by slightly pulling it as you press. Next, fold in the hem once more by the same amount. So we're doing another 0.6 centimeters or 1/4 inch here. This fold will encase all the raw edges neatly and continue to press as you go. If you are pressing around curves, this second fold can be slightly more tricky. Try dampening the fabric, which makes it a little more malleable and slightly easier to press. Depending on how well the fabric presses, you may want to add pins. Now head over to the machine and stitch along the inside edge of the hem. It's helpful to line the inside of the presser foot up with the inside of the hem as you sew. To finish, give the hem a good press to eliminate any waviness and trim any loose threads that may be lingering. And we are done with method 1. The second method is best for very delicate fabrics like chiffon, or if you are using poly fabrics that don't respond to pressing. This method is quite labor intensive, so if you plan to sew with these fabrics frequently, we highly recommend purchasing and practicing with a double rolled hem foot. For this method, we are skipping straight to the machine. Turn your hem in by 0.6 centimeters or 1/4 inch and keep turning it in as you sew. Next, you want to trim back the seam allowance as close to the sew line as possible. Be very careful here not to snip your garment while trimming, which is very easily done. Once trimmed, head back to the machine, turning in the hem again so the first sew line is visible. Then use this sew line as a guide, turning and sewing as you go. Once finished, give your seam a good press, ensuring the iron is set to a temperature safe for your fabric. And there you have it, 2 methods to finish your hems. If you love sewing, we've got something to help you plan out your creations, our awesome and awesomely free PDF sewing planner. Jot down your measurements, hack plans, and supplies for every project and add your fabric swatches and garment sketches. Use one of our 4 croquis models or sketch on the blank planner pages. It also includes a collection planner for organizing swatches and styling ideas for mini wardrobe collections and a 12-month sewing calendar. Get all your measurements sorted with our journal and step-by-step video tutorial, which walks you through how to take each measurement. Download your planner for free at madelabel.co/planner so you can get creative and plan out the wardrobe of your dreams.